So it's only been, just over 2 months now. And I know you mentioned you're a big fan of, and so am I, building and launching pre-sales or pre-selling your SaaS company using no code. I'm assuming it looks like you're using something like Webflow, and then to validate your demand. How did that look like? What was the process for you in launching Orapa? Can you share what was like, the total cost to build it? How long? What was the time frame to build it? And what were the results? So if other founders are considering doing something similar, they have an idea of what actual, what it looked like.
Yeah, so basically my framework that I don't so I don't feel that was successful in the past, but actually worked in this project for this project is I always try to sell before I build it. And so basically I send out a couple of I think I have over 100 cold emails, pitched the product, booked a lot of calls for a span of the week, and tried to sell it on the first call. And after first week or so, I had a couple of sales. Then I decided to keep going for another week or so. And after that, I gathered, I think, about 10 sales. It was a yearly subscription, $300 up to $500. And with 90-day money back guarantee, saying that, okay, if this won't work, I will refund you the money, but I really want that upfront payment from you. And then once I had customers, I tried to tackle on how the hell I'm going to build it. So I glued Webflow, Airtable, and Zapier and built a marketplace on it, right? It was pretty simple. I think I built it in from the design to the sort of semi-final version. It took me about 12 hours or so. The cost of this was basically a Webflow subscription, Zapier subscription, and Airtable is free. So I think it was about $40 to get started.
Nice. And so 12 hours, about $40, and you made a bunch of phone calls pre-selling it. What were some of the clients that, what were they saying when you were calling them, and how were you pitching it, saying, hey, I've got this service? Did you already have the website before, or was this even before you even launched that the 12 hours
No,
process?
so I was extremely upfront with it, saying, okay, I don't have anything. Basically, I'm working on it. It's in the process. We will launch it in a couple of weeks, and I just want to give you a heavily discounted price for a yearly subscription.
So you got them to sign up for a yearly subscription. What were you doing to validate? Were they actually giving you the credit card and subscribing at that point? Or?
Yes. Oh, sorry. I forgot about MemberStack. I used MemberStack to manage all the user management and the payment system for Stripe and stuff like this. Yeah. So nice. It was also a service that I tried.
Cool. And were they, when they were signing up for you, were they, anticipating that they would have to wait? Because I'm assuming you didn't have a, qualified sales rep at that time, trained, ready to go. And then you said, okay, it's going to take a few weeks, but I'll give you a discount. I'm assuming that was the conversation.
Yeah, so I said that it will take probably a month to ramp up, right? That's why I'm asking for a yearly subscription. So you won't cancel after the first month because it will take time. And that's why it's heavily discounted. I think I offered like 60% discount or so. So it was very, half the discount.
That's awesome. And what are some ideal companies? I know it's only been 2 months, and then you also had a few on the pre-sales that you've seen have better success with Orapa and your approach to the sales process. And how do you know if it's a viable solution for them? Who should be looking at this platform? And then a question on top of that is, do they provide the leads? Like, are typically the companies providing the leads to these sales reps and then they're setting up the meetings, or does the rep also source their own leads?
So the best success we've seen with our platform so the companies need to know who they are selling to, right? Who is their dream customer, and they need to be sure sort of the value proposition that they are going to lead with in that conversation with the prospect. So it's quite a best solution for a startup that is just starting out, hoping to get first sale. But if you know for a fact that if you meet with, I don't know, CEOs of tech startups and you are able to sell one deal out of, I don't know, 10 or maybe 5 meetings, it's a perfect fit for you.
Okay.
And in terms of how leads are generated, you don't need to provide any leads to the reps. We take care of that as a platform, and to help get started sales reps booking more meetings and help them earn additional cash. We take care of lead generation for them. You know, I've been in lead generation business for 2 years now. So I know sort of how to get the leads, and we're using many different data providers to streamline the process and just to help out sales reps so they can only focus on executing the campaigns and the outreach itself.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, leads is everything, right? It's the life and blood of any company. So a company, in order to succeed, especially who have that sales engine and or trying to build a sales team, is they always want to grow and exceed their sales goals. But it starts with sourcing high quality qualified leads, right? Otherwise, you can have all the best list or the longest list, but if it's not qualified, you're wasting your time. How do you suggest a sales rep or startups to find those targeted clients and make those calls at scale and be efficient as well?
So I think that you can easily get started without any data providers. Just you going out and looking for companies and contact details.
Mm-hmm.
It's doable, of course. It will take time, but it's the best solution if you're on a tight budget and you want to just get started. So few ways that you need to find sort of a lead pool, right? Where the companies that you want to reach out to, they hang out. So for example, if you want to get in touch with SaaS companies, the best way is sort of to get on, I don't know, G2 Crowd or Capterra, and just get all the companies that are there. Then find the right person from LinkedIn, and then find the email with, I don't know, many different tools like Hunter or .io.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the process to sort of get started. Once you hit certain scale, you can of course invest in data, so it gets more streamlined to really hit scale with it, right? But if you don't have scale, it's really important to do things manually, so you can find that maybe leaks in the whole process.
Mm. Is there any tools that you recommend that you really like? So you mentioned Hunter, LinkedIn, you look at G2 Crowd and Capterra, you could probably scrape some of that and pull their data. Anything else that you like to
Yeah,
use?
so the perfect tool for me that basically does all of the things that we want in outbound sales is Apollo.io.
I love
I
it.
have tested many different email sending tools for cold email, and this is one of the best ones out there, and they already have the data in the platform. And for me as a European, it's extremely important to have reliable data, because not every big data providers, they have data in Europe. So
Mm.
this is one of the best tools to have the global reach that you are after.
Agree. Yeah, we actually used it in the past as well. I love using it as well. So.